Hey everyone, I want to make a new video here talking about blood over intent. I'm seeing more and more people starting to do this. It's really incredible. It seems like there's a few new videos being posted every day. And I've been seeing in the comments on my last video where I talk about this and other videos, some people are saying they want to do this, some people are still not sure. Well, maybe you can listen to me and my personal experience with this. I'm almost at 6 months since I did mine, and I've heard from people who are at a year or just over a year. So I can kind of tell you what to expect going into the future. Again, this is about expanding your consciousness to all kinds of energies around you. And there's positive and negative energies. Again, you're not going to like everything you take in, but you can learn to have control over these energies. The thing is, you're going to have to learn how to leave your comfort zone. Yeah, if you do blood over intent, don't expect to stay in your comfort zone and stay in a neutral state. Yeah, this is about working on this program of bringing forth heaven on earth. It's about focusing your energy and your work for the benefit of all. So you can't keep focusing your energy on the current world system and what you've been living in. You have to leave your comfort zone. Yeah, believe me, I had to do this. Before I got into this, I was working a full-time job. I was focused on the system. I used to vote, and I bought the whole official story. I thought we were on a spinning ball floating in space. I was a college student studying IT, and I was really looking at a really successful future in the computer science field. I could have made a lot of money. I could have lived very comfortably in this society. But all of a sudden, all of that changed because I woke up. And what I'm learning now from watching videos from people like Devin Maddy and Quasiluminous is because we've just entered what's known as the Age of Aquarius. In 2012, we entered this new era where it's been said there's going to be a massive awakening. And you can look at it. So this is a sine wave diagram. This is kind of the collective energy and consciousness of the world. It has this, everything has this ebb and flow. So this is what we've been in. So right here, so we've been in this lower ebb of the collective energy of the world. And that's why we've been living in this kind of satanic slavery system, because we've been in this lower energy. And so we've been here living in these lower parts of the energy, and so now after 2012 we're in this Age of Aquarius where it's starting to reach an uptick. So we're starting to reach a more positive energy. So in 2012, and for me, I found this to be true. For me, it was about in 2013 or 2014, I started to really deeply question government and the money and banking system of the world. I started to question if it actually had a purpose, a not harmful purpose, and I found that it didn't. So I started turning off the TV. I started just not going with the popular opinion and official story. So at first I got a basic understanding of what's going on. But at that point, I really never heard about secret societies, and I heard a little about the occult and flat Earth. I just heard that as just being ridiculous, or I heard that as just like a joke. But I was really generally open to realizing government and money and things in the society, like chemicals being put in the food and water, this massive surveillance state they were all being used to keep us in some kind of a slavery. And I realized a lot of people are going to have it worse than others. There's going to be a massive inequality. And I didn't fully understand it at first, and I didn't fully understand exactly what it was or why it was happening, but I did have an open mind to the fact that we have been in some kind of a false reality. So now what really woke me up is I started seeing videos of people pointing out symbols. I found occult symbols everywhere. Yeah, they're in a lot of logos. They're on our money. They're in music, movies, TV. You can see them on ads. You can see them in parts of cities, like in structures and sculptures. Yeah, you just see them everywhere. So I started looking into these symbols that you see everywhere. And the first thing, when I started looking into the occult, is that, now this goes back to ancient Egypt. It goes back to ancient times. And I started looking into this, and I watched a lot of videos, documentaries. I started reading about like the French Revolution and alchemy and the power structure. And one of the first things I learned is these symbols have multiple meanings. Well, they actually don't. They only have one meaning. These symbols, other than the one meaning, the multiple meanings are really just to confuse the ignorant masses. Yeah, if you know all the multiple meanings, they're really just to scare off the ignorant, idiot spinning ball earthers. Like, even if you know the one true meaning of these symbols, they're not going to make sense if you think you're on a spinning ball in space. So that's what a lot of these symbols have. That's why they were created. So I learned the elite, basically, they think most people are the idiot masses. They think they're just dumb slaves. They think they're animals. They think they're like cattle or livestock. It's like they feed off of people, or they feed off of something that people produce. And I found that they hide a lot of these symbols in plain view. Okay, they kind of give you a choice. They tell you what they're going to do before they do it. And I also found, by doing research, that the elite are obsessed with blood. They have all these blood rituals and all these things involving blood. I found out about all these scandals involving the elite. Like here, this is the ninth circle, and it's basically a massive elite child sacrifice and child pedophilia ring. And it includes popes, the Catholic clergy, the royal family, the royal families of England, Holland, and Belgium, and includes governments. And there's been all these scandals involving a lot of government officials and royalty, like the Queen Elizabeth. There's this incident in 1964 where these 10 children went on a picnic with the Queen and Prince Philip on October 10th, and they were never seen again. And this is just one example. There's been many other examples. And now what happened was, in 2012, the UK Archbishop of Canterbury, he destroyed forensic evidence of these child killings under the Queen's orders. So this is all being covered up. And so this has been happening under this, the ninth circle, this child trafficking and satanic cult of child sacrifice. And there's been many other examples in history. Yeah, and you can look all these up. Like this guy, Ted Gunderson. Yeah, he was the former FBI chief, and he's exposed satanic rituals in the government. So yeah, you can look all of these up. And there's been many other examples. And I also found out about Bohemian Grove, where every year they have this massive blood sacrifice, this child sacrifice called the cremation of care that they do every summer. So I started learning about all this. And so, yeah, I found the elite are just obsessed with these blood rituals and blood sacrifice. And then I found out about this is called the Georgia Guidestones. And this is this massive stone structure in Georgia. And this was created in 1980 by a man using a fake name, and he hired this big granite company to make this big stone structure in Georgia, and it has all this writing on it. Okay, the writing it's actually in 12 different languages, and what it says in the writing, okay, if you study me studying the elite and what they want, what they've been saying they wanted, and they've written books about this, and written on this stone structure, it has what the elite have been saying they wanted for centuries. It basically has their manifesto. It has their intent. And it's written in 10 basic declarations or 10 basic goals. And what they've been saying they wanted is basically all this control. They want to guide and control reproduction. They want a one world government, one world language, a world court. And now the first goal that they say they want in the writing on these structures is they say they want to maintain a world population under 500 million. Now, if you know, the current world population is just over 7 billion. So if they want to maintain a population under 500 million, they somehow would have to get rid of just over 6 billion people. And this is, they've talked about this for centuries. They want to control the population. So this is all written out. So this and all their other goals are written out on the stone structure. And if you look at the top here, you have this red mark. So clearly what they've done is they've written out their goals, or they've written out their intent, and they've spilled blood on it. So they write out their goals, and they have a bloodletting or a blood sacrifice spilled on top of it. So the elite have done things like this for centuries. So I started finding out about all this, and at first, I started finding out all these things about the elite and all these symbols, and yeah, I found out all these things about how the world, what's going on in the world, but I still wasn't finding out why it was happening. I still didn't have a full understanding of it. And I was doing all this research and looking at all these videos, watching documentaries, and I still wasn't finding the answers I was looking for. And eventually, like one day I found myself just, after doing all this research, I found myself just sitting outside. I remember I was sitting out in the trees. It was just before night, the sun was setting, and I found myself just sitting and looking at nature, looking at the trees, and as the sun was setting, and I just said, just speaking from the heart, like I just said, I want to know the truth. I want to know what's going on in the world. And I didn't know what I know now. I was putting out a signal saying I want to know the truth of what's going on in the world. And I was putting my focus, I was actually working on finding out the truth by doing research, and I was actually putting my energy into it. As the saying goes, energy flows where attention goes. So after putting out the signal, all of a sudden, I started finding videos in the suggestions next to, like in YouTube, in the suggestions next to the videos I had been watching, and also in the channels I had been looking at. Next to them were videos and channels where they were talking about flat Earth. And at first, when I heard about flat Earth, I thought it sounded crazy. Yeah, I felt, for some reason, somehow I felt I should look into it. I didn't know why. I just felt compelled to start looking at this. And what I've heard from a lot of people that got around to realizing flat Earth, a lot of people that realized the Earth was flat, at first when they heard it, they thought it sounded crazy. And what they did was they tried to disprove it. And it was after that, trying to really look into just basic physics and the way things on Earth look and behave and work. And then if you find out what NASA actually is and where the spinning globe model actually comes from, you'll find that it's absolutely impossible to disprove flat Earth. And so you find not by any far-fetched fairy tale could we be living on a spinning globe. So that's basically what happened with me. I tried to disprove flat Earth as crazy or impossible, and I couldn't do it. I failed. At first I thought they couldn't possibly be hiding something this big, but actually, really, after researching the elite and the world system, and knowing what I learned from this research about secret societies and how they work, and many other mass hoaxes that have been proven in the past, like things like the Gulf of Tonkin and Kennedy and like Plum Island and the pharmaceutical industry, I learned that really it's not that out of the ordinary from what they really always do. So it really helps to do your own research. It's a great place to start. Okay, you can start by just turning off the TV and actually getting some actual useful knowledge. So that was the first mind-blowing awakening I had. I put out this signal into the world and immediately got results. I got this truth about flat Earth. I never searched for it. I didn't type in flat Earth into the search bar. It was like it just came to me because I visualized just in my mind getting the truth about what's going on in the world. So I watched flat Earth videos, and then in the suggestions for those, I started finding videos where they talk about Saturn. Okay, so now the picture is starting to become more and more clear. So we're on flat Earth, and we have the sun we see now, and then there was the sun once known as Saturn. And then the symbolism I'd been learning and seeing, that was starting to make more sense because I'm starting to learn about Saturn symbolism. And so it was starting to become clear, like all the symbols and rituals and what the elite are doing and how they stay in control. It's becoming really clear that it's just because it's really that they just have a basic understanding and knowledge of what the Earth actually is and how it works. And then they just keep it hidden from everyone else. So a really great test of what's true and what's not is you can just look at what the elite are doing and what they really hold on to and go by and what they hold as important, and look at that compared to what most people believe and what most people hold as important, and look at what the elite just shove in their faces 24/7. Yeah, most people are given just the complete opposite of truth their whole life. Yeah, I can recall my whole life, I heard all these the complete opposite of truth about just everything. Just like things like, oh, you need religion and church to go to heaven. If you don't go to church, you go to hell. If you just believe in this man or this God, that will save you. You got to put people or your friends and family as most important. Yeah, government is necessary. It's just there to help people. Scientists are just working to help you know the truth. And people in ancient cultures that believed the earth was flat were just crazy or dumb. Yeah, like iron is good for you, fluoride in the water is good for you. Like staring at the sun is bad, that'll make you go blind. Like cannabis and psilocybin mushrooms are bad narcotics, and at the same time you have alcohol and prescription pills shoved in your face all the time. So all this is just complete false reality and inverted truth. And the ones pushing this false reality on people, they don't live in it. Yeah, they know the truth, and yeah, they don't live in this false reality. Like there's been stories about things like in GMO foods, like this Monsanto company that push all this GMO, this genetically damaged food on everyone. Well, it's come out in the news. It's been exposed that in all of their corporate offices and executive buildings, in their cafeterias, they don't have GMO food. They have all organic produce. Yeah, so the people that push all this, that make GMO food and push it on all the people, they don't eat it themselves. Yeah, they don't touch GMO food. And there's been similar stories about McDonald's and all their corporate offices and executive buildings. They don't have McDonald's. They have all organic food in their cafeterias. Yeah, so the people that push McDonald's on everyone, they don't touch it themselves. So I started realizing we're in this completely false reality. And so I put my intent to move to a higher consciousness into the world. And then I started seeing videos about flat earth. And then I started learning about like the moon and then reptilians and iron poisoning and frequencies of energy. And then after I started learning about all that, then I found the Quasiluminous channel. And I also found channels like Eric Dubay and the Flatwater channel. So now by the time I found them, I'd done enough research and I learned enough, so I at least heard of the things they were talking about. They just went to more detail. So I was kind of familiar with the subjects they got into. They just explained it further. So it really helps to do your own research. So now by the time when I started getting this information, I didn't really know what to do with it. Yeah, I wanted to do something to help, and I tried waking others up around me, and everyone I tried to wake up really just ignored me. Yeah, everyone else seemed to really just fall in line in this world system and just get comfortable in it. Well, me personally, I couldn't find myself getting comfortable in it. I didn't feel a part of this world system. Yeah, I saw it as slavery, and I wanted to make it go away. And I couldn't find a way to do this. I really felt helpless. I started getting all these negative feelings. And so now I kept watching new videos posted by like Eric Dubay and like Flatwater and Quasiluminous because I just started learning all this new information, and I wanted to make sure there wasn't something I missed. So then I found videos by Quasiluminous that talked about what's at the center of the earth. So now that I realized earth is flat, this helped the picture come in a little clearer. He said at the center of the earth there's this incredible land where the black sun's energy and all this creative power of the world and all this healing and restoring, it flows out of this hole at the earth's center. And it powers everything we see in the world. And you can actually start connecting with this energy so you can start getting into a more positive energy. And one of the ways to do that is with your blood, because your blood is your power of creation from the black sun. And it can hold this energy, and you can start using it. You use your blood for everything you do to bring into the world. And so that's how I found out about blood over intent. Okay, so again, I heard a little bit about blood over intent before I got into it. And because I heard about like blood rituals, and I heard about how the elite are obsessed with blood and they do all this blood sacrifice. So I looked more into it, and after watching videos from people who had done it and were talking about it, people like Joseph Newhouse and like Daniel Martins, and I already had some knowledge of alchemy and quantum physics, so it really completely made sense. So I decided to do it, and immediately after I did it, I went from just being lost, I didn't know what to do, I had this negative feeling about the world, and now it's like I don't even understand how I could have ever felt that way. I mean, the current world system and society is a mess, but I mean, hey, the answer you're looking for is right here. I mean, you can see it for yourself. I can see it clearly now, and I can feel it in my heart. And I mean, it's been talked about all over the world since the very beginning. Yeah, this right here, the orgone, the odic forces, yeah, Hyperborea, the Holy Roman Rea Cybele, the mighty soul of the earth, the astral light, yeah, the Holy Land, the Holy Grail. That's where that word holy comes from. At the center of the earth, there is literally a holy land. There is a hole. It's the Holy of Holies. It's this energy that forms all creation. So it's not just at the center of the earth, it's everywhere. And you can start connecting with it anywhere. Start connecting with the sun. It's powered by the sun. You have the sun above us and the black sun below us. And it's this high frequency energy. Like you can look at it like this high frequency sine wave. It's vibration. So you can work on raising your vibration by getting into a rhythm of a higher frequency. Okay, a higher frequency has to do with your consciousness. It allows you to take in more energies and take in more of the big picture. Okay, like if you want to look at consciousness and taking in this big picture and having a more of an understanding of what's going on in the world, you can look at the different sine wave frequencies. So you have so up here, this is like a lower frequency, and the frequency just means the waves. Like the sine wave, it waves more frequently. Like this is this doesn't have many waves. It waves less frequently, and like this is a higher frequency. It waves a lot. It waves more frequent. So this frequency of your sine wave energy, it has to do with how you take in the energies around you. And you can look at it like taking in a picture, like literally taking in a picture. Like here in this park, in this picture, there's a lot of things to take in, all these trees and bushes. And now if you have a low frequency, yeah, this is what you're going to take in this picture. See, you're not going to take in much. Yeah, you're in this low, dense, low energy frequency. So really your energy is really you're just keeping it to yourself. You're only focused on yourself, what you want. Yeah, you're just holding in your energy and not really expanding it to what's going on around you. So if you expand your energy to a higher frequency and a higher amplitude, then it's like this. So you have all these waves you're taking in, and it's going over this big picture. So you're taking in more of what's going on outside and what's going on around you. So in this picture, you're taking in everything. You're taking in not just what's here, what's right in front of you. You're taking in these trees in the background. You're taking in like this bridge, like this light pole back here, all these flowers and the road and the grass. You're taking in everything that's going on in this picture. So that's what it means to have a higher consciousness and more energy in your frequency. So a lower frequency, it's really just about selfishness. You're only thinking of yourself. You're only thinking about what you want and what your needs are, just basic needs like just food, sex, self-pleasure, and you're not looking at what's going on outside of you. So if you start moving to a higher frequency and start looking and moving your scope around more frequently, and you have to look at, it's not just about what you see with your eyes. Okay, this is what you take in. This is the frequency, really the frequencies of light that are visible to the eye. So it's really ridiculous. It's a really small range of frequencies. So it's right here. So it's not, so first of all, you can't even see with your eyes, you can't see lower frequencies and you can't see the higher frequencies. Yeah, if you just use your eyes, you're taking in a very small range of the energies around you. So you have to do something that goes outside of just your normal senses. You have to go with your mind, and really you have to go with your heart to take in all these really high frequency energies, these more positive energies. And that's how you expand your consciousness. And that's how you get in touch with the Creator, with God. The one thing you have to understand about the Creator is the Creator isn't selfish. Yeah, the Creator doesn't keep their consciousness to themselves. The Creator took all this energy and they shot it out and expanded it and stretched their consciousness everywhere. So to understand the Creator, like here on this picture, their consciousness is everywhere. And it's in us. It's a part of us. Yeah, we all have this energy and this consciousness of God, of the Creator. We're extensions of the Creator. So we're not supposed to be minions to worship and pray to God. We're a part of God. We're like God's arm or hand or leg. Like on your body, one leg doesn't bow down and worship to the other. You have to realize they're both needed to stand up and walk. So you have to realize you're a part of the Creator. Like this big picture of this man, it's made of smaller pictures of other people, but they all make up one. Yeah, it's the as above, so below, the one inside the whole and the whole inside the one. So that's how you have to understand the Creator, and the Creator expanded their consciousness. So that's how you stay in these higher frequencies. You have to expand your consciousness and move to a more energetic and more positive energy. Okay, so you have to realize, so to take in all of this energy, you have to have the knowledge, and there's really no excuse for not expanding your knowledge and expanding your consciousness. The knowledge, we're in the information age. The knowledge is at your fingertips. I make videos talking about this. You can watch other videos where people talk about this. And I mean, if you understand how energy works, like I did a video talking about natural law, and it talks about this, like correspondence, talks about the as above, so below, like vibration, that's how you can, and like rhythm, that's how you get into a more positive energy. You have to get into a rhythm of the as above, so below, and the left and the right, and that's how you get into this more positive energy, this ebb and flow. And that's how you expand your consciousness. And you have to expand your intent. Yeah, your consciousness needs to be powered by your intent. And it's been said that only the devil hides intent. It's been said in every culture, every language in history. That's how they've all described evil entities. Yeah, if you hide your intent, and you're not spreading your consciousness, you're keeping it like walled off or locked up inside you, and you're only in it for yourself. You're thinking of just selfish needs. Yeah, you're not going by natural law. You're not going by correspondence. Yes, the as above, so below. It's the whole inside the one and the one inside the whole. And if you're not doing something to spread your positive energy in your consciousness, then clearly you don't know right from wrong. This is evident of negative energies and a low consciousness. So if you're harboring negative energies, then that's what's going to affect the energies around you. Yeah, so if you don't expand your consciousness and hide your intent and don't go by natural law, you're the archetype of the devil. And that's not just me saying it. That's according to these laws of just how the world works. And every people and every culture and every language all throughout the world, this is how everyone has described the devil or evil. You have to have a hidden intent or a hidden agenda. And even if you say you don't, the thing is, if you're not expanding your consciousness and not expanding your intent and making it public to the world, that's just how the energies around you work. That's the signal you're putting out, that you're keeping your consciousness and your energy to yourself. Yeah, there's no reason to lock up your consciousness and not spread it. That clearly shows you don't have an understanding of energy. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up being influenced by energies around you. If you don't understand how to control your own energy, then outside energies come in and they can see an opportunity to take advantage of that. And you're not going to be able to control the energies around you. So you have to do something to expand your consciousness and get a clearer picture of what's going on in the world. So if you want to understand expanding your energy and expanding your consciousness, you need to get in touch with this astral light, this light coming straight from the Creator, this creative force that forms everything we see in the world. Because the Creator didn't keep their energy to themselves, they expanded it as much as possible. And that's how you stay in love and stay in this energy of just how the world works. And then you see us all as one energy, and then you want to do something to benefit all. And you want to not just think of yourself, you want to think of how what you do affects everything, the big picture. You see us all as one energy and one consciousness. And then you know how to control the energies, not only within you, but you have power and control of the energies around you. So that's how you stay in the Creator's consciousness and expand it. Just like the Creator, you want to expand it, expand this intent-powered consciousness everywhere. And you want to stay in this, just like the astral light, this high-frequency positive energy. Okay, so I'm going to be making more videos talking about this. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're new. And stay tuned, everyone. And thanks for watching.
You know, if you stand in truth, you'll gain the favor of your Creator. And I've been pointing out in many videos, you should be shaken to your fucking core. You know, I am Satan himself in the flesh with millions of witnesses. Thousands of motherfuckers with their blood beside my own. I have the spear of destiny, and I'm taking over this world. Nobody has to like me. It's just that simple. I stand in truth, and we're going to bring forth heaven on this earth. It's that nobody can stop me because everybody's legally dead in a filthy, retarded monkey, and they can't even see it unless I personally spell it out for them. So, as far as I'm concerned, you know, all I have to do is stand in truth and make videos pointing at the Holy Grail. In a couple of years, I'll have millions upon millions of people woken up, and we're going to get out of here alive. And we're going to go get to this Holy Grail. We're going to drink those living waters, come back here, bring heaven forth on earth, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here. Go back to above the waters and wake up above the firmament. That's what it is, people. You're in the fucking matrix. One electron bounced by a positron. One light hole, one black hole on loop. You don't have to like it. You're in the fucking light bulb right now, underneath the embryonic fluid, and it's rubbed in your face. How people don't see it, Makes no sense to me. And everything's set up this way for a reason. As long as nobody can see anything, then this world is mine.
Hey, dude. Hey, you alright? Yeah, I think I'm gonna be okay. Okay.
You are filthy, retarded, and necrophiliac sick.
I am eternal essence in the flesh.
Being in hell isn't the easiest existence. Are the days long? Yeah. Oh good, Shane's here. Is to work hard. You better believe it.
At least we're not in the stalls. That's when things get ugly.
Would I trade the experience of being a tortured soul in the depths of hell for anything in the world?
Christy Crooks!
Yes, absolutely.
I'll find you, you little...
Trying to have a conversation.
Do you think you're gonna be a while?
In our soul, our Savior and Lord, or the Prince of Darkness. It's a final battle between good and evil, and it's only on pay-per-view. Jesus versus Satan, live from the South Park Forum on Saturday. Oh, now to order, only $49.95.
Have you ever heard of a man who calls himself Quasiluminous? Well, you see, Quasiluminous is the leader of a particularly strange branch of the Flat Earth movement. What kind of strangeness am I talking about, you ask? Well, let me explain this to you. Quasiluminous, the cult leader, believes that the Earth is flat, and that there is a portal on the North Pole, which leads outside of this reality. He also believes that he is Satan, the Antichrist himself, and demands blood sacrifice from the people who want to be saved. Yes, indeed, he says that the people who will be saved must perform a ritual known as blood over intent, and post it publicly in the internet for all to see. According to him, this ritual will allow a person to usher in heaven on earth and escape the flat earth prison. But wait, there's more. Quasiluminous also believes that he is the one who holds the spear of destiny, and that without him everyone else is the walking dead, a bunch of zombies, basically dead at sea.
You are filthy, retarded, and necrophiliac sick.
I am eternal essence in the flesh.
When we follow our compasses going north to the Garden of Eden, to the center of the flat earth plane, we will be drinking from the living waters, but we also will be crossing the frost bridge. So to get to the Garden of Eden, you must be declaring your intentions.
See how it says contract where a person's life, savings, or freedom were on the line. You know, we trying to escape this matrix, man, and that's trying to understand it. Take a look at this. See the sense of hold? You need to go in to get out. It's that simple, people. Either you DOA, either you dead or alive. And most of you are dead because you can't see through anything. It's hidden right there in plain sight. You see the black hole. It's one side of the light hole is a black hole. The sun and the black sun. You need to go in to get out.
There's supposed to be heaven on earth. You're supposed to be drinking out of the living waters out of the center of the flat earth plane. It's just that simple. And you think you're on a ball floating through space as a monkey.
Over here. Cell curves. Straight up and down. Straight up and down.
That is some vortex or something. It's ridiculous. Why don't you marry the vortex if you...
See, why don't you marry the vortex? I'm telling you to get to the center hole.
love it so much.
Brought back some presents.
Presents? You brought presents? Where are the presents? Where are the presents?
Pay attention.
Where are the presents?
Look at this. Look. Blood over intent. You see? The paper, the pencil, and the knife to prick your finger. I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. It's right there in the cartoon. This is crazy. But look. That's the present right there. To get eternal life. It's right there showing you.
Blood brothers? What the devil is that? Well, it's an ancient ritual where two friends intermingle their blood, thus sealing a bond even deeper than friendship. Okay, your turn.
Seems to be a swirling vortex of pure evil coming out of your floor. To the North Pole.
To the North Pole.
To the North Pole. To the North Pole.
If we follow the compasses north, they should lead us to the gate.
The key to the warrior on the block is the proper application of the living dynamo, which is selfless, to bring forth heaven on earth and release everybody from bondage. If you use this force in any other way, this is going to come back to bite you in the ass. I'm informing you in a public forum that I've been informed by the spirit of death that the book of life is real. I've been shown this motherfucking book, and I'm telling you, everything is by the book, motherfucker. And if your blood's not beside my own, the spirit of death has you in his sights. Nobody has to like it. I'm standing here as Satan on gallons of fucking blood. This is my world. Fuck off. Evil is when good people do nothing. So you have the sun, which dies on the cross over here on Christmas, and you see May 1st is the beginning of summer. This is when we cross the frost bridge to get to the Holy Grail. This is Mayday, Mayday, I'm going down. You'll see the maypole. It's the beginning of summer. It's ball day. This is when we're going to cross the frost bridge to get to the Holy Grail. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole, and out from the center of the flat earth plane comes the Aurora Borealis.
Combining the power of the internet and the underworld.
They decided to call it Ethernet after the concept of ether that was in early alchemy.
If Moe's book makes it public, everyone will find a loophole in the system and live forever too.
It's off limits to idiots.
Christy Crooks.
You don't even know what's going on.
Christy Crook, Christy Crook.
If I don't make videos every day, you will fucking die of old age or stupidity.
The good guy is Satan. I'm not making this up.
It's not what you believe. It's what did you intend to do about it. When I say I'm Satan and I'm taking over this fucking world, it's true. I don't see anybody in my way. All I see is retarded cockroaches all the fucking way. It's pitiful, for heaven's sakes. If I don't make videos pointing out everything, you will never make it to the Holy Grail and you will fucking die. Everybody you love will surely die. It's just that simple. You don't have to like it.
He's known as the supreme architect of the universe. This is all quotes. Who has promised that we shall never, never die.
Whoever holds the spear of destiny holds the fate of this world. And I'm bringing forth the end of days myself. I know where the Holy Grail is, and I'm going to get as many people eternal life as I can. It's that simple. Evil is when good people do nothing. So you have the sun, which dies on the cross over here on Christmas, and you see May 1st is the beginning of summer. This is when we cross the frost bridge to get to the Holy Grail. This is May Day, May Day, I'm going down. You'll see the maypole. It's the beginning of summer. It's Ball Day. This is when we're going to cross the frost bridge to get to the Holy Grail. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole, and out from the center of the flat earth plane comes the Aurora Borealis. There's no way to fuck it up. Pin the tail on the donkey, ring around the rosy, exclamation point, the eye. Oh my god. If I don't make videos every day, you will surely die. Every compass points to the Holy Grail. And you know what? You think you're on a ball floating through space as a fucking monkey. Ooh. All I have to do is sit here making videos from the comfort of home, pointing out the obvious.
See that light called the North Star in the middle of the sky like a bullseye. It's gonna be there the rest of your life. It ain't moving.
You've been worshiping the two balls and cane your whole life. It said you set up your Christmas tree every year, and that's got balls all around it, and the candy canes, and you set it up on your X. This is the spear that pierces the side of Jesus Christ. You play all your ball games. You cast your ballot. Everything about you so ball satanic, it's not even funny. I don't mean to flip so many people out, but the key to the warrior on the block is the proper application of the living dynamo, which is selfless, to bring forth heaven on earth and release everybody from bondage.
Follow the compasses north. They should lead us to the gate.
This is where people can pass through into the Garden of Eden.
You don't even know what's going on.
Christy Croup, Christy Croup.
If I don't make videos every day, you will fucking die of old age or stupidity.
What's it worth if we all gonna get blowed up right now? Whoa! What are you doing?
Initiate countdown.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
I am your god.
You are filthy, retarded, and necrophiliac sick.
I am eternal essence in the flesh.
You crazy mother.
My wife literally married me off to the goddess of the earth.
Why don't you marry the vortex if you...
See, why don't you marry the vortex? I'm telling you to get to the center hole.
love it so much?
Brought back some presents.
Presents? You brought presents? Where are the presents? Where are the presents?
Pay attention.
Where are the presents?
Look at this. Look. Blood over intent. You see? The paper, the pencil, and the knife to prick your finger. I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. It's right there in the cartoon. This is crazy. But look. That's the president right there.
So the devil is the one that's in the Vatican that has your soul. Lucifer is the goddess of the earth. It's the infinite potential, the aurora borealis. It's the earth's memory. And when you look at the sun and you speak your intent directly into the sun, this connects you directly to this source. That's why I've been accessing this infinite potential. And this is what's programming me, the sun. I look at the sun and I say, I intend to bring forth heaven and earth. When I spill my blood into the earth, it's going straight to the goddess of the earth, the infinite potential, the earth's memory. This is Lucifer, the aurora borealis. This is what's guiding me. And then you have Satan. And this is how I became Satan. See, when I spilt my blood over the words, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release everybody from bondage, on a stack of blood bank note certificates, gallons of blood, and put fresh blood on top of it, and then published the video under the Prince of Darkness. What happened was I captured this satanic elemental power to take over the world. And nobody has to like it. I have the spear of destiny. I know where the Holy Grail is. I can see it. It's woven into reality on everything. Nobody can stop me because they don't have any brains. They're like zombies, legally dead. They have no divinity. So these are the devil has your soul in the Vatican. Lucifer is the goddess of the earth, the aurora borealis. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole with the green astral jet shooting out. That is the infinite potential. This is what's guiding me. This is the earth's memory. It's a female spirit, and I'm telling you, nobody has to like it. But, you know, my wife literally married me off to the goddess of the earth. And it's like, we can see everything. It doesn't matter what anybody believes.